right, so it's a very exciting day for me. As you can see right here where the pond used to be, I have something brewing. I'm going to be able to jump on it. I have my very own trampoline in the middle of all my moringas. And this 12-foot trampoline will fit right in between my 4 trees. Got a moringa here. I have a little olive over there. Moringa. It's gonna be nice jumping on this thing, laying under the stars, putting some plants under it as shade. Multiple uses. Dave Stone with another exciting episode of Develop Awesome Skills, where I'm committed to providing inspirational and practical ways to transform your life and the world around you by planting fruit and medicinal trees. And today, this video is not about a tree and all. In fact, it's about what's going in the middle of these 3 trees. I am getting a trampoline, and I'm so excited about it. I was looking for a hammock online, and I was finding some cool ones here and there, but then you gotta string it between trees or you gotta build a frame to hold your hammock. So, instead of a hammock, why not get a trampoline? Go on Craigslist, I found this trampoline for super cheap. I got it for 75 bucks. It's a 12-foot trampoline. All the parts are there, and brand new pad too. So, I'm gonna put this thing together. That 12-footer barely fits in between those 4 trees, right where I was digging the pond. You know, another really cool thing about having a trampoline is what Justin Rohner over at Agriscaping is doing. He actually has a trampoline in his backyard that's ground level, flush with the ground, and underneath it, he built this little cave garden area with a secret entrance. So you go around this secret entrance, you go down underneath the trampoline, and there's these like levels of gardens down there. And it stays real cool. You know, I haven't been there yet, but I've seen the video, and I'm gonna put the link to that video below this video here so you guys can check it out. But I think eventually I'm gonna look into doing something like that because it's a nice shade cloth. The trampoline mat is a nice shade cloth for everything underneath it, plus you get to bounce on it and jump. And jumping is also really, really good for the lymph system. The lymph system is the system that's parallel to our circulatory system, and our circulatory system brings blood through our body, to our body, and the lymph system takes all the waste from that and eliminates it out of our body. Lymphs, you know, underarms, sweating is lymph. The lymph system eliminates waste from our body, and your lymph needs to move. It needs to continually be moving, and if it's not moving, it can get clogged up. And when it gets clogged up, that's not good. That actually causes health problems. So how do you keep your lymph moving? Well, one really good way is by jumping. Jumping on trampolines. Movement keeps the lymph moving. I mean, it kind of makes sense. If you're very stationary, they're actually finding studies where they're saying stationary lifestyles lead to more disease than like other things. Stationary lifestyles are actually very, very bad for us. Sedentary lifestyles. So what they're saying is get up there and move, but when you bounce, when you jump, it actually jumps. When you're running and you have that movement, you know, it's bouncing the lymph system and it's actually pushing out toxins quicker. So it's a good practice to get into. Plus you're flying and it's fun and you can do flips and bounces and jumps. So stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm gonna try to do a flip on my new trampoline and hopefully I don't break it or me. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go put this thing together. Okay, so what I did first off was I made sure that all the pieces were here. We looked at the instruction manual before I got it to him because I got it off Craigslist, made sure all the pieces were there. There might be little pieces of hardware I have to go get, but for the most part, I have everything I need. So here's what I'm gonna do. I already laid out the circle where the mat's gonna go just so I can make sure that it's gonna fit in the space, and it does. So now what I can do is I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna start assembling the whole thing. Luckily, I have some instructions with it. So that's gonna help. It has a parts list in here. It tells me all the parts that I need. And then I have all of the other materials in boxes and all this stuff right here. So I'm gonna get to work. I'm gonna build this trampoline so I can lay out on it at night and I can look at the stars. And then I can get up and jump around. Jump, jump. Stonehaven is gonna be the funnest and coolest urban farm on the planet. Maybe not, but in Sunny Slope for sure. So it's a fairly simple install. There's these upright these upright pieces here. And you can see this end is the same as that end that's on there. So I'm gonna need an upright at each of these corners. So this one already has one, so let's come right over here. So really, every joint, it just slides into itself. So when you put this on over top of the big one, you kind of actually have to pound it in there. Put it all the way on there. This side is smaller, so it actually just slides right into the other metal piece. There it is. Now I'm gonna have to tighten all this stuff up. Let me get another pole here. So then if I'm gonna have this pole, and this is gonna slide in here. So what we're gonna get is a whole bunch of poles that come up like this. And then what we do on top of that is we're gonna take these curved ones, which are the actual feet, and we're gonna put them in the holes here. And this is how the whole thing is gonna go together. Just wanted to give you a quick demonstration. So there it is. It's very simple. That's the leg. And we basically just do that around all of the joints. All right, it's really shaping up here. My phone overheated, so I didn't get some of that. So what I did was I laid out all the pieces. It turns out I actually had a couple extra of these curved pieces, and so the circle was too big. And anyways, I dialed it all in. I got all the actual pieces that I need laid out. I'm gonna start putting the legs on, getting all the bolts in, tightening everything up, and then we're gonna flip it over. Here's the box of goodies that came with it. This has some things for, I'm not gonna put the poles that are going up, but that's what these are. These are caps for the poles. Here's all the springs. There's a whole bunch of springs in here, a whole box of springs. And then that's also for the net piece, and I'm not gonna use the net piece. And then this is all the hardware for the rest of it. So I'm gonna be digging into this bag right now, getting some bolts and bolting everything together. You might wanna maybe build it up so you don't have to flip it, but in this case, I have to flip it. All right, so I got the first step done. I got everything assembled, and I got all of the bolts in loosely. They're just all kind of on, all the bolts down here. So I did that all the way around. The first practice is throw all the bolts in loosely, and then I go around with these two tools they gave me, and I'll tighten everything up. Okay, so now everything's tight. I'm gonna see if my dad can help me flip it over. All right, so it's not level underneath the trampoline there right now, so I have to go level this area back here, this area back here. So I just scooted the trampoline frame over here. I might put it together right there. Also, the other thing I have to consider right now is I just ran my irrigation under here, under the wood chips. So I wanna make sure that I might actually have to put an adjustment in my pipe just so this trampoline isn't sitting on top of any of my pipes, because I don't wanna break my pipes. So a couple considerations to bring into play, but not too many. I'm very excited to get this thing together, so here we go, right here. Boom. Stonehaven trampoline. I am so excited. But I'm probably gonna be done for the night, so I'm gonna come back and finish this trampoline up, and then we're gonna get to bouncing. All right, so I've been looking forward to putting this thing together, finishing the job, and so now I have to grab all the springs and add the mat. So here's the mat down below. I'm gonna grab all the springs and start finishing this thing so I can jump and lay on it like a trampoline at night under the stars. So here we go. You can tell the way these springs go on because you can see these ends. This one is a little bit wider of a loop, and this one's a tighter of a loop. So you can't actually put this one on the frame, it won't go in. So you have to just look for the one that's a little wider, and then they just sit right in there. So that's what I've been doing. So I'm just gonna start hooking these up to the chain, to the springs, one at a time here. All right, so this is the tool that you're gonna need here. Has a little hook on the end, and that's what's gonna stretch this mat to the other ones. You're gonna be able to pull it. It is once again super hot today. I'm sweating so much. My little tool broke that they gave me, so I found these little pair of pliers that have this little thing on them. I kind of like this. You could probably use any pliers if your little plastic tool breaks with a hook on it. And I have a different way of doing this because I actually didn't quite install this to the right, the way the directions told me, because I didn't look at the directions till after I started installing the mat. Which is something that I do, but I should get better at looking at the directions first. Anyways, I was supposed to start just like when you're bolting on a tire. You know, you start up here, then you go down here, then over here, then over here, then over here, and you kind of go in a pattern. And that's what I was supposed to do over here, but I didn't because I was counting all of the springs. There's so many springs on here, so I wanted to make sure I was getting each hole on the right spring. Anyways, so I have to do it a little bit different way now, and what I found was this little tool. And I'm taking the spring out, hooking it to the trampoline, and then stretching the spring and locking it into the frame. So let's see if that keeps working. Okay, so I found the proper tool. The one that I broke was plastic. This one's all metal, so this is working perfectly. So I'm gonna finish tightening this up. All right, now these are the hardest ones to get, the very last ones. So I'm gonna take the spring off, put the spring on the trampoline, hook the spring, and then pull. Brace and pull. And drop it in. Oh yeah. Getting there. It's in place, but it's looking kind of bowed, so I'm not really sure what that is. I'm gonna do a little research and see what's up. Ground is not level under there either yet, so I have to make that level. And I had to cut my sprinkler system, my bubblers, because the foundation of the trampoline, the legs were gonna be sitting right on it, and I don't want them to be crushing the PVC pipe. So I cut it, I spread it apart a little bit, and now I have to reconnect it all. I'll show you that right now. So the wood chips under there definitely need to be enhanced to make this thing level. But over here, I just, this one popped out on me again, so that's good that I found that connection. But then over here, I just cut it, and I'm extending it. Just putting a piece of, spare piece of pipe in there and making it longer. And now it's not, the trampoline's not gonna sit on it, here or over there. So, but yeah, I mean, these springs were so tight, it ended up like warping it. I wonder if I have too many of these. No, I don't. I have the perfect amount because I had enough springs and it fits perfectly, but yeah, I'll have to do some research. Whew, it is such a good workout jumping a little bit. I kind of got the bend, pulled the trampoline down a little bit, got that bend a little bit down. It still needs a little bit of bracing. It needs to be leveled, but I can jump on it, I can lay on it under the stars, so it suits my needs for now. I'm gonna keep working on this area and get it done soon. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys put a trampoline in your yard, and eventually I'm gonna be digging a hole and we're gonna be planting stuff under this like Justin Rohner at Agriscaping. But it's such a great workout, a lot of fun. Jumping on a trampoline makes you feel like a kid again. So don't hurt yourself, but jump safely and have fun and grow food. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give me a big green thumbs up. Get your own trampoline. Comment below what videos you want to see me do next. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button below and the little bell icon so you know when I post next. But as of right now, it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who already has subscribed to me. And also, I want to give a big shout out. Thank you so much to all my Patreons. It means the world that you guys support me. And if you guys do want to support me on Patreon, you get a cool pair of DAS shades, plus you'll be in the end credits of these videos. So, cool stuff, and stay tuned for more videos. So, till next time, develop awesome skills. Love you guys.